Does this make sense to you? Scenario fitting by Sceptikat, Part 2, What Happened to the Elderly? Narrated by Andrew Mather. Apologies for the interruption, we had some technical production issues to sort. Yes, I was too busy, that's me, my bad. So, Part 2, Protecting the Vulnerable. Action if acting in the interest of the population. Measures for vulnerable group explore a range of measures specifically aimed at protecting the vulnerable group. UK government action, ignore and infect the vulnerable group. Costly measures aimed at preventing infection among the non-vulnerable group. Meanwhile, NHS sends COVID patients into nursing homes, infecting the most vulnerable. We knew who we needed to protect. We knew right from the start. Already on 23rd January, the New York Times ran the headline, "Coronavirus deaths are so far mostly older men with previous health issues." We had data out of Italy, the first epicenter in Europe, by mid-March. It was crystal clear. The serious cases were concentrated among the old and sick. There were almost no deaths in Italy where the patient did not have at least one serious underlying condition. In fact, those who died of COVID in Italy had an average of almost 3 comorbidities. We knew that the average age of those dying of COVID was above 80. In healthier countries like Switzerland, the average age of those dying was 85, the average age. As time went on, this remained consistent. Those who die of the coronavirus without a known serious pre-existing condition are a fraction of a percent of the total deaths and are mostly elderly. We also knew right from the start of the crisis that the overwhelming majority of those who catch the virus will be asymptomatic or experience very mild symptoms only. We knew very well that the majority of the population did not need to be protected from COVID any more than they needed protecting from the ordinary flu or the common cold. And after Italy's shocking error of transferring COVID patients to nursing homes by an official resolution with catastrophic consequences, we knew what not to do. And yet, even the most basic precaution of not sending COVID-infected patients into old age homes was not to be taken. The most obvious learnings from the catastrophe in Italy were that the old and frail were the most vulnerable in need of protection, and that infecting nursing homes with the virus would lead to a disaster with many, many avoidable deaths. We discharged known cases into care homes which were unprepared with no formal warning that patients were infected. No testing available, no PPE to prevent transmission. By mid-April, even the media noticed. What's happening in UK care homes right now is a scandal our grandchildren will ask about, said Sky. Discharging coronavirus patients into care homes is madness, said the Telegraph. Matt Hancock's response was, the policy will continue. It is now estimated that more than half of England's coronavirus-related deaths will be people from care homes. In summary, we knew from early on that the risk of severe outcomes was concentrated among the elderly and those with serious illnesses. Measures to protect the vulnerable groups would have cost a fraction of the cost of the lockdowns. Yet not only did the government not seek to identify such measures, care homes were forced to take in COVID patients. Ensuring that this does not happen would have been the most basic, most obvious step in protecting the vulnerable. Our government quarantined the young and healthy and infected the most vulnerable. Sceptikat says, this makes no sense. Join us for Part 3, Ventilators, a Death Sentence? Thank you for watching. You can reach me, Kat, Sceptikat, at sceptikat@peerlessreads.com. Andrew and Kat see that. Or privately at kat@sceptikat.com.